Hey, Barbie. Can I come to your house tonight?
Sure. I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. You should stop by.
So cool.
What's up?
Hey man, how's it going?
First of all, I'm going to tell you, I just went in the gym, got on my weight bench. I have already lost, my max bench is already down by 150 pounds. I've lost so much strength. My testosterone, I've lost a pint of testosterone.
Is that how you measure that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And also, I am satanic, and I have been turned gay.
How did all this happen, Doug? This is really unheard of.
Because we went and saw the movie Barbie.
Oh.
Directed by Greta Gerwig. Another fucking woke box office disaster at what, like $370 million?
I think it's 337 million worldwide.
Pathetic. Well, you know, okay, so the reason we went to go see Barbie is we learned from right-wing media that this movie was going to turn us satanic, gay, give us the woke mind virus. They definitely said it has a trans agenda.
Somebody said something about trans agenda. I think you have that coming up, but there was not a trans person in there.
The low tea started the second we got in the theater because you bought a margarita for $17.
It was called the Pink Icon. Thank you very much. And the moment I grabbed it, I felt a little more gay. And I'm gonna admit to you, Doug, as soon as I sat down and sipped that margarita and realized that Barbie was coming on, the feelings started growing.
Yeah, and the thing for me is, like, I went and I bought popcorn and a Pepsi for like $20, which is at least woke, or is that woke? Or is that satanic?
I think that's the satanic part. Maybe that's what people are referring to. There's a realm of Satanism involved. I think it's more the movie theater, not the film, but we'll get into that, I reckon.
I was at least like probably donating money to a satanic theater. Anyway.
Well, it has to be a satanic theater if they're playing that movie, right?
I'm going to go ahead and tell you two things real quick. All right, I lost a lot of testosterone. I lost a lot of T. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll have to measure mine. I haven't done that in a while.
You know, going in there, I kind of felt like I was like sort of like maybe I changed my religion like constantly. I was kind of like Buddhist, but now I'm definitely, I think I'm worshiping Satan. So that's, you know, that's a big change for me.
Oh, yeah. What really did it for me was that is sort of the environment I want to live in, like where everything's perfect every day. And I think Satan can provide that for me.
Yeah, this movie has changed my life. So let's see what is going on in the media. Just to be fully honest with you guys, how we got some of these articles up, is I Googled Barbie movie satanic woke trans agenda. And this is what I found. First one up from WTRF.com, written by John Lynch. Here's the lead. Religious leaders say Barbie movie has demonic influences, and children who see the movie will behave differently.
Well, to be 100%, I didn't see any really signs of demonic activity, except, I mean, the closest thing to it was I really loved, and this episode, by the way, is going to provide a lot of spoilers. So,
oh yeah, spoiler alerts. Sorry, guys.
We should start with that. But this is where they will begin, because the opening scene is a tribute to the 2001 Space Odyssey, where the pillar, all the apes are bashing like around the pillar and freaking out, and they're cool and chill and calm, complacent at first, and then
the obelisk.
The obelisk. That's what.
And this, the obelisk is Margot Robbie, which was so fucking funny. Such a great scene. I was stoked on it.
It was little girls. It starts out little girls only played with baby dolls from the dawn of time, and then out of wherever it came from, the obelisk was represented by Barbie, and then the little girls start smashing baby dolls against rocks and start worshiping Barbie, which I
would say this, you know, like they say this will change the behavior of children. I know that I'm not a child per se, but I do still have my childlike sense of wonder, and my behavior has been forever changed. Let's get into this article and let's see what they have to say.
All right.
All right, a religious leader is telling the public not to see the newest Barbie movie because it has demonic influences, and any child who sees it will behave differently. Ivan Tuttle is the founder of Ivan Tuttle Ministries. Oh, he's no narcissist at all, dude.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God, located in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's just go ahead and say you and I both went to college in Murfreesboro, and
I will never go back. There's more demonic behavior in Murfreesboro than there was at all in this movie. Like, that Murfreesboro is a terrible place. I will never go back. And every time I drive through it to go to Chattanooga, I get goosebumps, chills. So that makes sense that guy lives there.
It is, though, where I got my degree in journalism. But the funny thing is, all I do now is I just read other journalists writing on my podcast. All right. The Facebook post reached a lot of people, and Tuttle responded to those who have criticized him. Quote, "Those that are shaming this post, making fun of it, God loves you too. God sees who you are, and he is there to help you. Just cry out to him. He will help you. God bless." End quote. Although I'm sure right after that statement, he said, "Please also donate every last cent you have to my ministries."
Well, this guy is obviously an expert on this situation because didn't he like dive for 3 hours or something?
I want to bring this up because this dude's biography. Have you seen the movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, they're making a second one.
Oh, cool!
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
Just so you guys know.
All right, guys. Keanu can do no wrong on this podcast. If you guys are just, if you didn't know that, we love Keanu. We love Keanu. But so the plot of Constantine is that Keanu Reeves dies of suicide, finds out that hell is real, and comes back to Earth to fight demons to win back God's favor. According to his biography, Tuttle died once and was dead for about 3 hours, and during those 3 hours he experienced hell and heaven and came back to life. Tuttle wrote a book about his experience called A Journey to Hell, Heaven, and Back. So he saw the movie Constantine.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious. I kind of want to read that book just to see like how he died, like what his experiences were, and like how much they rip off what like Dante's Inferno and like whatever. You know what I mean? Other references.
Yeah. All right. Tuttle is a buffoon.
He's a joke, dude. Like,
okay, you know what? Let's switch over to another article. This is from The Mary Sue. This is written by journalist Shaban Ball. The lead is, right-wing Christians think the Barbie movie is demonic and want you to boycott it. Well, all it did was make us go there to see if we would get possessed.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely did not feel anything but joy and happiness while I watched that movie. Again, they have to be reading deeply. I think it's more of a social problem with the patriarchy.
Dude, I want to interject before I get into this article.
Okay.
I want to say the LPMs in this movie, which is laughs per minute, exceeded my expectations immensely. I had no idea this was going to be this. It's like a really, really, really funny movie.
Yeah. There's only like one moment like towards the end when I wasn't at least smiling, if not giggling, and not like laughing out loud. So if there's like a Richter scale for laughter, it'd be going like up and down, up and down, up and down, or whatever. Richter scale might be the wrong thing, but
yeah, the Richter scale's for earthquakes, dude.
Oh yeah,
and
this
movie is an earthquake of laughter.
It is. Okay, see that's what I meant.
And I think we discussed this on the ride back to the studio after being indoctrinated into the woke mind virus. And Michael Cera is in this. He's so fucking funny. He plays, what, Arnie or something?
No, it's Alan.
Alan.
Ken's buddy.
So it's a doll I didn't know existed. I didn't know there was. So Ken, they made a doll called Alan, and his whole job is to be Ken's buddy. Very funny.
And all Ken's clothes fit him.
But yeah, Michael Cera typically kind of a little bit of a show stealer with comedy, but in this, Ryan Gosling is funny as fuck, dude. He at least tied Michael Cera for jokes.
Absolutely, and there are just several moments like that were gold. And when you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's one point where he leans up against the door to try and impress Barbie, and she's talking to him, and he like looks over his shoulder or his bicep and flexes it, and looks back, makes sure he's flexed tight enough, and like and just his facial expressions. and his songs his songs were amazing.
All right, one criticism. All right, like, I know that Ryan Gosling is ripped in it, but I think he kind of has a weird bicep.
Yeah, it looked kind of like
He has like one of the, like a small cannonball type style, which is, you know, as a aficionado of the male physique, especially now, that's not my favorite kind of bicep. I prefer like the more full, like clearly you don't just do one type of curl. You know, you hit from all the different directions. You do hammer curls, you do concentration curls, you do reverse curls. That's how you get a really full bicep. Plus, you can't ignore the triceps. Right?
Well, I think in his in that defense to play devil's advocate on this part, I think that was probably part of the joke though. is to make it look like that ridiculous bicep. Was it like, because I'm sure that's like in other movies where Ryan Gosling's ripped, his biceps don't look like that. And yes, we love Ryan Gosling too. He's no
Keanu.
He's no Keanu, but he's
all right. Back to Shaban Ball's article. The Barbie movie celebrates a woman-centric world where little girls are inspired to do and be anything they want. It's feminine, feminist, and irresistibly fun. So of course, Christian Republicans think it's demonic. And it's fair point. She made a pretty fucking fair point.
I mean, feminists are demonic too, right?
All right, let's see who...
Jokes, guys, jokes.
Yeah, guys. Shout out all the people that came at me on Twitter. First of all, I'm going to delete that fucking Twitter, so that was the last lick you're going to get at me, you stupid fucks. All right, moving on. You've probably seen Piers Morgan's Man Baby Wine or the comparatively tame takedown issued by Ginger Gates. That's Matt Gates' wife, who literally said that, dude, she said Ryan Gosling has low testosterone. That's where
How would she even know that? Like,
also,
her husband, like, how can you watch a movie and like see someone? That's how terrible and wrong these people are about their criticism. Is that they just make generalizations. Whereas, like, isn't Matt Gates like a big ugly like gross dude?
Let me rephrase this. Also, Matt Gates, if people don't know this, he is the brought to life marionette doll from the Twilight Zone. Also, let me rephrase it. Okay, known child sex trafficker Matt Gates' wife.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Actually, she says it in the article. A human woman who married alleged trafficker Florida Congressman Matt Gates. She complains about Ken's disappointingly low T, which is, they're so fucking internet pilled.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting. And the fact that a movie about a plastic doll world somehow didn't focus on family and Jesus.
It's PG-13.
But oh boy, this is just the tip of the iceberg of the weird right-wing Christian rage against Barbie. When you look into it, the controversy you'll find that make Matt and Ginger Gates look normal. Which, Jesus Christ, how can you find? Okay.
If that's normal, I'm glad I'm not. Like,
okay, this is one of the first ones. This is one of the first warnings I had about going into this movie. This comes from Gen Z for Trump. It's a Twitter account.
I'm sick of that.
First of all, I will go on a limb and say Gen Z for Trump is run by a 65-year-old pedophile. 100%. It's not nobody in the Generation Z is in that account.
Yeah.
Gen Z for Trump said, the Barbie movie promotes the trans and LGBTQ agenda. It also makes men weak and gay. That's what I said. That's why I
immediately felt weaker when I walked out of the theater.
I told you I lost.
You lost all that weight on your bench.
I lost 150 pounds off my max bench.
That's a lot. And what was it this morning? So
it was like 300. I was just like, I know that's not like incredibly powerful, but like dropping from a 300 pound bench to like a 150 just because I watched a movie.
Well, you don't look any smaller, so it's got to be your low T. It's
my low T.
And you've gotten plagued with Satan to make you weak, I guess.
And I'm like so woke that I probably like am thinking about like trans rights instead of like how dope I have to be at my bench.
But anyway. You like it too, though, so you're brainwashed.
Gen Z for Trump goes on to say, conservatives must boycott the Barbie movie. Go see Sound of Freedom instead. If you guys don't know what The Sound of Freedom is, it is a movie about child sex trafficking. If you dig just a little teeny bit deeper into it, it's supposed to be a true story, but it's about a bunch of Mormons that go down to like South America and buy children so that they can say that they stopped child sex trafficking. It's a complicated story. We're not going to get into it here, but
I don't want to see that.
Thank God we didn't go watch that fucking movie. Oh, dude, I have to point out the feminist agenda right here of what's going on. You guys might be hearing my dog barking in the background. That is because we have to do this in one take because we couldn't fucking figure this out, and co-producer Colleen had to show up, make the microphone work, make the laptop work, do all this stuff. So basically, a woman had to come in here and make the podcast happen because I couldn't figure out like what I had done to the situation here. So
I'm like way off base with any of that. Like I just cook food.
You know, well, if I hadn't seen the Barbie movie, I probably could have figured it out myself. But as I said, the woke mind virus is like all. I'm very weak.
Yeah, we definitely need women to be strong.
All right, let's hear what Robert Barnes has to say. This is still in the same article, but they're just taking the tweets from these fucking dumb shits. The reason Barbie is so morally horrifying is not just the movie's kill babies, we're not mothers, cis men are evil, and men are women too messaging, but their target audience, the most impressionable and vulnerable audience, young girls, boycott Barbie. All right, fuck this dude. I think it's also important to say that Robert Barnes is an ugly, disgusting little fucking troll bitch that should eat shit and possibly.
You really don't like this guy.
No, my T's so low, man. My T is so low.
T is so low.
That I'm like,
okay.
so what I'm doing is I'm mouthing off because there's no way I'd ever be able to like fight this guy in real life because he's a real man.
So how do you raise your T back up?
First of all, you know what? Can I just interject one thing? And I don't want to go crazy on this.
All right.
But all these fucking podcasts with like fucking Andrew Tate and these guys, they're always trying to sell like supplements and horse shit. And I made some jokes about, that's actually not a joke. I did lose like my max bench. It was horrible.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, guys. If you want to get strong, you don't have to listen to Andrew Tate's dumb fuck podcast and buy his dumb fuck supplements. Him or Joe Rogan, here's what you do. You go and you lift weights, do your best, try hard.
Eat
and
healthy.
And then eat a fucking burrito.
Yeah.
And eat a burrito.
High protein.
Yeah. Like a lot of beans, a lot of rice. Yeah. And you can't say like, oh, I can't afford a burrito. Dude, go to fucking Taco Bell. The veggie Fiesta Supreme or some shit, is whatever it's called. It's like $2. Yeah. I bet it has at least 20 grams of protein.
I mean, just learn to cook too. If you don't cook for yourself, that's why you're spending too much money. Like, it's so easy to eat a high protein diet if you just go grocery shopping and cook for yourself. Wow.
Anyway, what I'm saying is you don't need weird like off-brand supplement steroids. Just lift weights, eat burritos. It's
lift weights. That's the Doug method.
That's the Doug method. Works for me. I'm stronger than most guys I know. I'm sitting here like bragging about my shit. I'm supposed to be pretending like I'm like low T.
Yeah.
I'm like doing the most high T shit. I'm like, I'm stronger than most dudes I know. Fucking, I can't help it, man. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Like I got an ego problem. Pat Mary. Ooh, I wonder what Pat Mary has to say. Well, that does it. I'm going to see Barbie and maybe I'll share my popcorn with a demon or two. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Pat Mary sounds cool.
Yeah, I'm into that. Yep. I feel like there were a few demons hanging around. I think the girl sitting next to me was a demon.
Dude, I thought the dude that sat down next to co-producer Colleen was going to suck because he was like, this dude, like, he had the craziest mullet. I don't know if you saw him.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
His mullet was all the way down to probably like halfway down his back, which is like, you don't see that much.
I didn't see that much of him, but...
And he laughed at all the most funniest jokes. So he was like definitely cool. So
the whole crowd, I think, was happy. The theater was packed. Like,
I'm going to get back into this.
All
right. Though he's not the first to make the absolutely wild claim that Barbie is demonic, absurd statements like this do flourish in comment sections across the internet. Yes, they do. One man is responsible for the idea spreading like hellfire across the extremist Christian internet. Ivan Tuttle, damn it, of Tennessee. God damn it.
He's making us look bad. Hey, just to be clear, we're in Nashville.
It's slightly different.
It's like hella different than Murfreesboro.
Except for it's not, because Ben Shapiro lives here now. And didn't you tell me he burned a Barbie doll?
Yeah, he wrote all these angry notes, which I have not read. I don't know if I want to read them, but apparently he wrote this and did a 43-minute video bitching about Barbie and scathing it. And then at the end of it, he throws a Barbie in a trash can, lights a match, and lights it on fire.
All right, this has been said before. I'm not the first person to say it. Ben Shapiro wants to be spanked by a mommy. It's a kink. He is.
That's why he hated the movie.
And I don't kink.
Barbie never spanked him.
I don't kink shame. Absolutely not. But Ben Shapiro is a vile man, and his whole thing about, if everyone remembers when he was like going after AOC and being like, she's gonna trample me with her stilettos and like make me suck her toes, and it's like, dude, just fucking say what, get to the point. Moving on. Then there's Kent Christmas. Another, goddammit, Tennessee-based preacher. Fuck, man.
We're in the Bible Belt, dude. You can't be that surprised.
Our state produces these motherfuckers. Despite sounding like a made-up character from a chick tract, I don't know what the fuck that means, is actually the pastor at Regeneration Nashville. So that actually blows your whole thing about Nashville. No. Dude, Nashville's full of these freaks.
I mean, I know it is, but I think we have a strong community. These sort of things are so destructive to that. Blah, 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 blah. Go ahead.
His wife is also a pastor there, but despite having a slightly less regressive stance on women than most of his peers, Christmas hasn't stopped going full balls to the wall weird on LGBTQ plus people. In fact, you might say he's obsessed with us. Shaban might.
So that's a good thing.
All right.
Oh wait. Go back. This is weird track. He's a pastor.
Yeah, he's a pastor.
Okay. Where does it say?
Tennessee.
No, but like Nashville. Where does it say his church?
Oh, Regeneration Nashville.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, so like I grew up in the Episcopal Church, and like they're the most. And I don't consider myself a Christian, but I consider myself Episcopalian, and I'm really happy to see that this is going on, because the church I grew up in, we had like the first lesbian bishop. We're open to wide range of people. Like, you can be anybody to come in. We accept everybody, including other religions. Like, I had a friend of mine's father was Jewish and would come to church with her all the time. So I don't know why I keep doing that.
Going back to Shaban's article, hold on. Apparently, not only have we stolen the rainbow from God, but holy shit.
What?
He can see the demons inside us making us gay. Not only that, but once these demons take up residence inside us, they start changing our appearance.
That's interesting. I never put two and two together, but it makes sense that somebody would accuse the community of stealing the rainbow from God. But like, if you go back to Noah's, didn't the rainbow show up in Noah's Ark after like the flood was over? Isn't that where the rainbow came from?
As I said before I went into this movie, I was Buddhist and now I'm Satanist. So
okay, well, I grew up Christian. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Anyway,
Christian preacher Kent Christmas condemns the new Barbie movie for being full of transsexual and transgender and homosexuality. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I just watched the movie.
None of it.
They're
wrong.
That's actually none of that's in the fucking movie.
None.
Like,
not
really,
one bit. The closest thing.
There's not a single sex scene in the fucking movie.
The only thing about that has to do with any sort of sex in that movie is Ryan Gosling trying to kiss Margot Robbie, but it never happens. And the only other thing is when they get in the real world and they say something about not having genitals. Oh, when they're getting catcalled at, she's like, "Oh, well, actually, I don't have a vagina," and he doesn't have any of that. Neither of us have genitals. Yeah, that's the only thing.
Such a good scene.
That was a good scene, and that's the one that's supposed to be making men look bad. Anyway, but that's the closest thing that had to do with any kind of sexual orientation in the whole movie.
I skipped ahead a little bit. If you guys want to read this article, just go back to wherever I said this came from, and it's Shaban Paul is the
MarySue.com.
Okay. Admittedly, homosexual demon possession adds a certain spice to the other ridiculous yet boring reasons that right-wingers boycott of the film. Many have also called on folks to boycott Disney, because I guess Christo-fascists don't read the trades. While it's easy to dunk on these absurd and completely unhinged rantings, there is a genuinely dangerous side to all of this. Yeah, of course there is. These people are fucking nuts. Do you know what they're doing? They're all going to see that movie, The Sound of Freedom.
Yeah.
And here's a big problem here. It's like an incitement to violence, and these people are going on Facebook groups, Twitter groups, or places like even more kind of fucked up like 4chan, and they're saying things like, if you see a baby or like a child crying in a grocery store with someone, like, like a parent, that child is probably being trafficked and you need to intervene.
Wait, they say shit like that?
They do say shit like that. I am a father. I got a baby. I want to tell you one thing, dude. If I got intervened on by one of these QAnon fuckheads, it would just, I can't imagine like the what would ensue. I don't give a fuck how big this motherfucker is.
These if this was the thought when I was a kid, I would have been like, I was a little asshole as a young child, and I would cry and throw fits in the grocery store all the time. And I see it happening now too, like every now and then, all the time. And that's not what I think. I'm like, okay. Like now, if I were to see somebody dragging a child away at a bus stop or like at a train station, then yeah, okay, I'd be like, what's going on there? But like, also sometimes you gotta drag your kid away, your own kid.
Look, man,
but it's like these thoughts of this shit these days is, I mean, it's definitely a concern. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be concerned about it. But
the thing is, okay, human trafficking is real. The thing that the QAnons and the fucking crystal fascists are into isn't real. They're make believe shit.
It's propaganda. It's like all that shit.
Oh shit! I'm gonna go ahead and read the finish of this article. The idea that Barbie is possessed. Okay, the idea that the Barbie movie is possessed by homosexual demons is laughable, and so are the people that believe it. But unfortunately, laughable isn't the same thing as harmless. That's a mistake we keep making over and over again. We need to learn that people can be contemptible, ridiculous, and dangerous all at the same time. I agree entirely. Siobhan Ball, well written.
Yeah, that's totally true, because it's like just everything's getting blown out of proportion, and especially with the conservative movement right now, it's just ridiculous to suggest any of those things are true.
Well, this is a movie review, so let's go ahead and on My Views Around podcast, we score movies on a scale from 1 to 5 stars, doing plot, action, acting, and X factor, or wow factor.
Well,
all right, let's go ahead. What will you give acting?
Acting, I'd definitely give 5.
5 stars.
I might go ahead and just say like 5 stars all the way.
That's not as fun.
I know it's not as fun, but just to get that out of the way, it's probably what's going to happen. All right. But anyway, the acting was like, Ryan Gosling really impressed me. I think we were talking about that earlier with like how funny he was. Like he's usually such a like stoic, like smart, like serious character, but he's just so hilarious. Yeah, so 5 stars for him for sure. Margot Robbie, 5 stars.
It's one of those things where like I would say, Ryan Gosling almost stole the show. However, this is the best acting I've seen Margot Robbie do since the Tanya Harding movie. So I give 5 stars. Let's do plot. 5 fucking stars.
5 stars. It was definitely not what I expected it to be, which is always a good thing when I go see a movie, because some are so easy to see. The way they went to the real world and then became a whole social, like I said, there's a whole social thought process to this, where they just attack social issues, and I did not see that depth of the movie coming to the movie. I thought it was going to be, I mean, it was hilarious, but it also had some really poignant points.
Yeah, and going into action, I'd like to take the lead on this to say that this is not the kind of movie that you would think action would be like a high score, but they have a incredible fight scene between all of the Kens, and this motherfucker scores a 5 on action.
The action and that scene was incredible, because they all rode in on some kind of horse, because that's how they believe patriarchy was based off, was horses.
So yeah, 5 stars for action. Stars. And all right, do you mind if I go first on X Factor?
Go for it.
All right, this is what I'm going to say about X Factor. This movie has a very meta. It's a meta movie, and generally, I find that to be unappealing. I don't like movies that are super meta. Not as a rule, but as a general thing that I'm not into. However, I will say this movie was one of the best orchestrated, directed, written, meta-style films I've ever seen. And X Factor is going to go ahead and get a 5, because that's a hard thing to pull off.
Well, yeah, it balanced out, and it also had a lot of depth to it. And I'll say that again, I'd say 5 stars for the X Factor, because it really challenges our perception of gender roles, and at least that's why the Christians are getting mad, is because it does that. But I think it brought forth some light to some really important things that everybody needs to know about, and but it did it in a like non-aggressive, intelligent way, and it just really blew my socks off. So yeah, definitely 5.
All right, man. So if you haven't seen it, boy, did we give you some spoilers. And if you have seen it, I hope you agree with us. And if you don't agree with me, as you guys often do, you can just you can reach me at myviewsmyown.com, or you can find me on Instagram at myviewsmyown_podcast, or on Twitter for the time being at myviews_podcast, or you can even just email me at myviewsmyown.podcast@gmail.com. Zach, thank you so much for co-hosting today, dude.
Thanks for having me again. I love doing this with you, and
let's go shoot up some steroids, dude. I need to get my T up.
Yeah, and you know, I want to push you around.
I wanna push you around. Well, I will. Well, I will. I wanna take you for granted.
Well, I will. Well, I will.
I wanna push you around. Well, I will. Well, I will. I wanna push you down. Well, I will. Well, I will. I wanna take you for